Capricorn, welcome back to another reading. This is going to be an energy read for you to see what's going on in your energy. See if I can give you some insights, okay? Let's see what's happening here for Capricorn. Capricorn. Ooh. Capricorn, come through. Queen of Pentacles, okay, Capricorn? You are coming through. Somebody is admiring how you are keeping it together. I'm hearing keeping it together. Someone is admiring how you are handling life right now. And it's not to say that you haven't been able to handle life. Maybe you've been through some rocky moments in your life, and you know how to take it on the chin. Like, you know how to, like, you handle letdowns and you handle struggle well. I don't know how you handle struggle well. I mean, like, you go through things, and it seems like if anybody else in the position that you were in or have been in would hit rock bottom, but it's like you are able to stay afloat for whatever reason. And I think it's because you're very grounded. I feel like you're very practical. I feel like you are someone who is also very generous. Okay. And so the universe says, oh, okay, you've struggled or you made some poor choices, but we're not going to let you fall flat on your face. Okay. We're going to throw some things in there to help you out. But I also think it's your mentality as well. Your mentality says, like, okay, I've gone through this, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. I was just thinking about this too. Optimistic. I know people say there's like toxic positivity or there's toxic optimism, but I don't think you can be so optimistic that you're toxic. I feel like people who would say that you're being toxic, or let's say that your optimism is toxic, are the people who, are afraid to believe that things will always work out. It's like, oh, how can you believe that? You're going to struggle at some point. It's like, yes, but it's a mental thing. I feel like it's a mental thing. What else here for Capricorn? Renewal. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, were going through something here. It could have been something in regard to your family, maybe your kids, maybe your parents. It says reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Yes, you've come. Bro, some of you guys are like, you are the queen bee. Some of you guys have a husband, or maybe you have a boyfriend, or maybe you have kids with somebody. But you are head of household. You make the money. You take care of the majority or something of that sort. Some of you guys are like interior designers or something about designing, something about luxury. There's a rabbit here. Some of you guys have pets. And not pets as like, I mean, you could have a dog and cat, but I mean, like, you have a gerbil, or you have a hamster, or you have a turtle, or something like that. Clarity on your purpose. In your heart, you know what to do. So you in your heart, you know what to do. And I feel like this aligns, because I was going to take this in the upright, but it showed up in the reverse when it fell on the floor. And what it's telling me is, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Like, my lips were feeling dry and it was actually bothering me. So it's just like that. Something wrong happened, and instead of you overthinking it, you made a decision. You made a move. This is kind of what I'm getting here. Like, you sit at the top, you're able to sit on your throne because you make decisive decisions. You make practical decisions. I feel like I don't want to say you don't dream too big, but you don't dream small either. I feel like this reading's kind of all over the place. But what was I saying? The Seven of Cups showing up in the reverse. It says, in your heart, you know what to do. You have clarity. There's something here about a maturity. You've matured over the past few years. Some of you even over the past few months, even over the past few weeks. There's a maturity here. Okay. You're not in your head. Like I said, there's like this energy of not dreaming, right? You still believe that you have options, but it's like, you know that you have to choose something. You know how you have all these options and you're just like, oh my gosh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And maybe you have options for 5 months. For 5 months, you just have all these options, but you have so many options that you're trying to explore every single one. And guess what? By the end of the 5 months, you have no options, and then you had pursued nothing. I feel like that's something that you're learning as well. You're like, okay, here's all the options that I have in front of me. If I don't like them, okay, now I'm going on a different route. I'm not going to sit and wait 5 months. You know what I mean? I might take that 1 month to figure something out, but I'm not going to wait the entire 5 months, okay? It's kind of what I'm getting. Got Dreamer here, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. Yeah, you've rejected something or someone. Someone tried to cause some sort of tower in your life. Someone tried to cause some sort of tower in your life and then called themselves rebuilding the tower that they destroyed for you. Like, it's like somebody intentionally standing in your way, intentionally doing something to make you struggle or to make you fail or fall off or something like that, and then coming back around and putting all the pieces back together for you, and you rejected them. I feel like you rejected them in order to invest into yourself and invest into things that were more reliable for you here. And you didn't care if you had to start over, which is another reason. I feel like there's a confidence here as well. Something here about you had to start over at some point in time and build back up to the person that you are today. And there's a confidence here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, there goes that Dreamer. Oh yes, a new start for you. Somebody's coming out here. 8 of Cups and the 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, Queen of Swords. Somebody wants your attention so bad, Capricorn. Somebody wants your attention badly. So bad that they're willing to create conflict, create unnecessary arguments, okay? But I feel like you have strong boundaries up, like no. 7 of Swords. Yeah, look at this. This could also be you. Look at that, the King of Swords. Look at this. Somebody secretly wants a connection or commitment with you. Secretly wants a commitment with you. And somebody's going to sneak back. Someone's going to try to sneak back into your life, whatever that means. Anyways. Yeah, I just feel like it's taken... Things in your life were just put on pause for quite a while. It's like this is like when you start over from the beginning, and of course with the Fool, you never actually start over, right? You never actually just start from scratch, which is like a blessing. You know what I mean? You may start from the bottom with no exact resources. I can't even say no resources. You may start from the bottom with no money, nothing monetary, but you still have knowledge from those experiences that you experience. You still have a better understanding of how to move forward, and you do have resources, right? Maybe some of the resources you don't actually want, but there are different resources available given the experiences that you've been through, right? Maybe your resources at one point in time were family, right? Your family was, your source of resource when you were low and when you needed things, right? And then, things changed you ended up in a different situation where you had to build back up again. But starting from nothing, maybe you didn't have family as a resource, but you had to look into other options. Then you start having friends as a resource. Maybe you start having, you start looking into other support, okay? Whatever that is for you. But I just feel like, the time that you had the struggle, allowed you to see things, from a new perspective. Okay. Yeah. You have a Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Some of you guys are starting a new job, or you're working towards a new job, or you're building something up. Some of you guys are building something up, and it's going to be worth it when it comes to money. It's going to be absolutely worth it for you, Capricorn. Okay. What else do we have here for Capricorn? The Empress, of course. The Goddess. The Empress, of course. Of course. Some of you guys were a mother. I shouldn't say some of you guys were a mother. That could mean something for somebody. Yeah. Some of you guys, trigger warning, lost a child. Okay. Miscarriage. Stillbirth. Okay. Excuse me. Some of you guys have children. Okay. Oof. Some of you guys had kids. You had this brand new beginning where there was excitement, there was newness, there was like this new emotional experience, new emotional attachment or connections to your babies, to your inner child, right? Some of you guys were pregnant, and it allowed you to connect more with your inner child. And in the midst of this pregnancy, or in the midst of raising your children, something of that sort, I just feel like you were dealing with people that you could not trust. And those people who were holding out on you with information that you may have needed, or resources, or whatever, I don't know. I feel like you just dealt with something that set you back. You dealt with someone or a situation that set you back. Because you go from the Empress to the Queen of Pentacles. It's like you're demoted, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Look at this, the High Priestess as well. Like, you were given, oh man, I forget the woman that's on here. She just did a video about it, of like your psychic abilities and your intuition and all of that, how it's heightened in this season. And I just feel like this was for you, when that happens for a lot of women. When you give birth, or when you're carrying a baby, your intuition and your psychic abilities are just enhanced, right? Because that baby can sense things that maybe you can't sense, or it just heightens your own abilities that were laying dormant for years. So I just feel like that was like a very intense time for you during pregnancy. Something here about something was prophesied over you when you were a child. There's something here about you rebuilding. Rebuilding something here. Clarify this. Let me see. Here go the cards. Start acting all wacky. And that's when I get to being done. Clarify the Tower. Three of Swords, yeah. Oh, you were being attacked mentally, maybe even emotionally, left and right. So you were trying to build, you were having a kid, trying to build yourself up, and going through a breakup or a divorce or something is what I'm getting. But I'm saying that there's something here about being demoted, but it's not negative. Okay, it's not it's not negative. The Empress to the Queen of Pentacles. You were the Empress. But there's a power in this Queen of Pentacles that I can't explain properly. There's an essence to this Queen of Pentacles. You know, when the Empress, she's like, and the Empress embodies all the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Wands. You know what I mean? So there's something here about you already embodying all that energy, and for, you know, wisdom, truth, knowledge. Like you've already embodied that. You already embody that. And there's just something here about the new journey the new spiritual awakening that you went on that put you back into the Queen of Pentacles energy, where you became head of household, where you became in control, where you didn't deny your nurturing and loving abilities, but tapped more into maybe your masculine, where you're in control, you're making serious decisions, you're taking care of the home, you're also paying bills, you're also educated, like all these things. Like I just feel like it's like a demotion but a level up at the same time, and I can't put my finger on. Clarify this Queen of Pentacles. We gotta dig a little deeper. We gotta dig a little deeper. Find out who you are. You gotta dig a little deeper. It ain't really that hard. If I find out what you want, you find out what you need. Blue skies and sunshine guarantee. Dreams do come true in New Orleans. Some of you guys are from New Orleans. I keep getting Louisiana. I've been wanting the food, the hot sauce. I want to travel there. I don't know what it is about the bayou. Okay? The Princess and the Frog could be significant. Some of you guys are African American. Okay? Let's see about this Queen of Pentacles energy. Talk to me. Justice and the Eight of Wands. Is that it? Justice and the Eight of Wands. This is your justice. You were done wrong. So, in a situation where you were being hurt, where you were being misunderstood, where you were being lied to, cheated on, mistreated, you still showed up as the Empress. You see, you could have showed up as the Queen of Swords. You could have showed up as the Queen of Wands in reverse. You could have showed up as any other card during this Tower moment, during the Seven of Swords energy, during this Three of Swords energy, but you showed up as the Empress, which means you always showed up. Libra. Some of you guys are a Libra, Taurus, Libra. You always showed up in your highest of frequency. No matter what you go through, you always show up in your highest of frequency. And by golly, because no one's perfect. If you happen to fall off and you end up going back to your old ways, or you fall back into that lower frequency of yourself, you always dig your way back to your highest of frequency. And there's just something here about you getting justice going in your favor. Some of you guys have a court hearing or court case, or you're dealing with something involving the justice system. But I see you being on the right side of things. I see things going in your favor. but you are someone who sees all sides to a situation, and you're so grounded that when situations come up, or people, even when people treat you bad, it's like you're always thinking, like, when people treat you, don't think about, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible person, or I can't believe, like, you don't think about that. You think about what someone's going through. Oh, and you guys, just hear me out. When someone treats you poorly, whether they're being verbally disrespectful to you, physically, emotionally, whatever it is that they're doing, you're impartial. You always think about what that person's going through. There's something here about you. Your heart is always open. Like, you have a compassion, you have a care. You have the Eight of Wands here. Things are taking off. You have too much going on. You may feel a bit stressed at this time, but this is good. Let me tell you something. This is great. You know, this is wonderful for you. There's a lot going on because there's a lot of movement happening in your life. There's a lot of things that are coming into fruition for you. There's a lot of things that are being made happen and made possible. Something's happening around the 4th of July. Fireworks here in the background. Maybe there's some sort of celebration that involves fireworks that's other than the 4th of July. It could be very significant for you guys. A lot of changes happening, possibly travel as well. Look at that, the ego at the bottom of the deck. You've broken free from the ego. Oh, Ace of Swords, 6 of Wands, Strength card, baby. Whoever you are, I am proud of you. Whoever you are, I am proud of you. Wise choices that bring public recognition and success. Wow. You made, or you're going to make, a conscious decision. You're going to make a clear, concise decision, 2 of Wands, to break free from the ego. And the ego has to do with anything that is pulling you towards negativity, anything that's pulling you towards a lower vibration, right? Those energies operate within a human being. It's not the actual human being that is in control. It's the ego, right? Your need for success, or for the material things, or your need for control over someone, or the obsession to the lustful energy, whatever it is, you're breaking free from it. It says the illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness. Addictions or unhealthy habits that you're breaking free from. I just made a video. I'm dropping it May 1st. I don't know how I'm saying I'm dropping it. The number one lesson I learned. I'm dropping the video will be up May 1st to kick off the new month of May. And I feel like if you resonated with this reading, that video you'll connect with the video. I will say that. Okay. But that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I mean, wow. I love readings like this. I love readings like this way more than just reading love relationship readings, because it's always the same thing. The guy who wants the girl but doesn't want to act right and be the best person that they can be, to be with the girl who's worked her ass off to try to become new and be better and heal. And here comes this asshole coming around like, I'm not ready to heal. Let me break you a couple times so that you'll never leave me. And or the divine masculine or the person that's coming in, they want you, they're coming in, and then they diss you and, you know, build you up, making you feel like you're the most special person on the planet, and then fumble you by treating you like you don't really matter or that you're not as important. Capricorn, you've come out in your own reading. Okay, all this energy came out. The first card that came out was the Queen of Pentacles and the ego. I think this was kind of just bringing you back to why you are in the Queen of Pentacles energy, because the ego. I think it's reminding you, just so that you don't fall back into these trappings, that you don't get pulled into someone else's low vibrational energy. You don't get pulled back into the chaos and the craziness. It's like, oh, you're in this position, this Queen of Pentacles energy, right? Of power. I'm telling you, this is so much power. I love this card in particular anyways. Power. Look at the red. There's so much power in this card. And it's because you broke free from the illusion. Now it's the illusion of someone trying to have control over your life, or someone making you believe that they have more power or more say-so in your life than you do. The illusion that you won't get farther than the position that you were in your life, whatever it is. The illusion that all you'll ever be is someone who's been heartbroken, someone who is not worthy of love, or someone who's always going to be lied to, or someone who's always going to have to start from the beginning, the bottom, the beginning, whatever. Go ahead, Capricorn. That's all I'm gonna say. Girl, get that. Do what you gotta do. We got Capricorn, Pisces, Aries, Libra, Taurus, and Scorpio is what I'm getting here. Wonderful read. Capricorn, I'm gonna take a picture of this to put as the thumbnail, because I want to remember this reading. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.